Assalamualaikum. My name is Tita Febrianti, and now I want to tell you my storytelling entitled Cindelaras. Raden Putra was the king of Jenggala Kingdom. He had a beautiful queen and a concubine. Unlike the queen, the concubine had bad personalities. She was envious and jealous with the queen, so she planned to make the queen leave the place. The concubine then asked the royal healer to help in her the plan. One day, the concubine pretended to be ill. Raden Putra called the royal healer to give the concubine treatment. What is her disease? Raden Putra asked the royal healer. I am very sorry, my majesty. She is sick because the queen put poison in her meal. The royal healer lied. Raden Putra was shocked and angry to hear the explanation. He called the queen and asked her if the story was true. Of course, the queen denied, but Raden Putra won't listen. Please, your majesty, have mercy. I really didn't do anything, cried the queen in her tears. Raden Putra, anger ended in the decision. The queen should banish it to the woods and terminate. He did not know that the queen was already too pregnant. Raden Putra commanded one of his generals to do punishment. The queen was banished to the woods, but the wise general didn't have heart to kill her. He built a simple house in the woods to her. On his way back to the place, he smeared his sword with rabbit blood. So Raden Putra would believe he had to kill the queen. After the general left, the queen lived by herself in the woods. Several months later, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. The baby was named Cindelaras. He grew up as a nice, healthy, and handsome boy. One day, while Cindelaras helped her mother to collect some firewood, an eagle dropped an egg. Cindelaras broke the egg to be boarded by a chicken behind their house. The egg hatched into a chick and then it slowly became a strong rooster. The rooster is no ordinary rooster. The rooster could sing. Every morning, the rooster woke Cindelaras up with its beautiful song. My master is Cindelaras, the house in the woods, he sons of Raden Putra. The rooster often sang the song. Cindelaras always woke up early in the morning and listened heavily to his rooster songs. He didn't realize the meaning of the song until one day. He started to think, "Where is Raden Putra?" He asked his mother. The queen then told him the whole story. She also told why they banned from the kingdom and lived in the woods. Cindelaras was very surprised. He decided to go to the place to meet the king. Cindelaras asked her mother permission to go to the kingdom and to tell the king what really happened. He also broke his rooster that grew bigger and stronger each day. On his way, Cinderella stopped at a village. There he met some people who were involved in cockfighting. They challenged him to see how strong his rooster was. If your rooster wins, you'll get a reward, said the man who challenged him. Cinderella's accepted the challenge. In a few minutes, his rooster defeated an opponent rooster. He was challenged again by other men, and one more time his rooster won. He won again and again. The news about Cinderella's rooster quickly spread to the whole Cinggala kingdom and made Raden Putra curious. So he invited Cinderella to the place. "What is your name, boy?" Raden Putra asked as Cinderella arrived in the place. "My name is Cinderella, your majesty," Cinderella answered. He felt both thrilled and happy to see Raden Putra. Raden Putra challenged Cinderella with one condition. If Raden Putra rooster won, Cinderella's head would be cut off. But if Cinderella's rooster won, Raden Putra would share half of his wealth. Cinderella accepted to the condition. The competition was held in the front yard of the place. The two roosters fought bravely. But in just a few minutes, Cinderella's rooster won the fight. Raden Putra shook his head and stared at Cinderella from his seat. "That rooster is no ordinary rooster, and the boy is not an ordinary boy either." "Who is he actually?" he thought. Raden Putra was about to ask it, suddenly Cinderella's rooster sang the song. "My name is Cinderella, his house in the woods, he sons of Raden Putra." Raden Putra was surprised. "It is true?" he asked. "Yes, my majesty, my name is Cinderella and my mother the queen," said Cinderella. Raden Putra called the general who had banished the queen. The general then confessed that he never killed the queen. Later, the royal healer also admitted his mistakes. Raden Putra was so shocked. He immediately went to the woods to pick up the queen. Ever since, Cinderella and his parents lived happily together. As for the concubine, she was sent to the jail as punishment. And that story for me, hopefully as full. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.